That is so good. It has a balance of tang and sweet and the savoriness of the pepperoni. Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Nicole, and in today's video I will be attempting to make homemade pizza sauce. For this recipe I will be using a can of tomato paste, a can of crushed tomatoes, garlic, basil, Italian seasoning, oregano, rosemary, ground red pepper, salt, olive oil, and sugar. I'm going to start off by measuring my olive oil, and I'm going to do that directly over the pot. So we're going to use 2 tablespoons. And if it spills, at least it'll spill into my pot. A little bit of extra olive oil will be okay. That was a lot. Okay, let's do a better job with this one. Oh, and that was also a lot. So, well, we got our 2 tablespoons plus a little extra olive oil. This recipe calls for 3 cloves of garlic. I'm going to attempt to do this on my own. Somebody taught me a really cool trick of how to loosen the cloves from each other by placing a knife across the garlic and then taking your fist and kind of punching down on the garlic. Finally got it, but I had to peel the outermost peel of the garlic in order to get it to work. If you are new to cooking, or if you're blind like me and you don't exactly know how garlic works, it kind of feels like an orange with different slices where you have to separate them to get a different slice. So like this is 1 clove, that's tiny, that's a second one. And then here I'm gonna take my thumb and I'm gonna separate that. You just kind of take your thumb and wiggle it around between the different cloves. That might be 2 cloves, but I'm going to treat it as 1 giant one because I love garlic. So those are my 3 cloves. Each clove will have a little sharp end to it. You want to cut that off. I'm pretty sure I'm using the wrong kind of knife here, but it's okay. I didn't lose a finger in the process, so it's fine. I'll peel the remainder of the skin. Just like that. Cutting the tips off makes it easy. If that doesn't work, feel free to put your knife over your clove and on it again. Know that you'll have completely successfully peeled your garlic when it is smooth and sticky. Garlic is very sticky, and you will also smell it. Now take your garlic cloves, place them in the garlic press. I put 2 in here at once because one of them is tiny. And you will squeeze. Use your muscles and just squeeze. And it will come out on the other end like that. And you just scrape those off into your bowl or wherever you want to place them. By the way, your garlic will most likely not all be pressed with 1 squeeze. So you will have to open the press, clear out some of the pieces that are stuck to the edges, move them around a little bit, and then squeeze again. To my pot, I'm adding a teaspoon of dried basil, a teaspoon of oregano, half a teaspoon of rosemary, half a teaspoon of Italian seasoning if it'll come out. Let's see. It's brand new, so it still has the seal. That was not gonna work. Well, now that it's actually open and usable, I will scoop out half a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. I'm adding a little less than half a teaspoon of ground red pepper. Some of my family members don't like spice so much, or spice doesn't like their body so much, so I'm not adding that much. But if you like spice, feel free to add more. One of the steps calls for adding the crushed tomatoes along with the 2 teaspoons of sugar and 1 teaspoon of salt together. So I'm just going to add the 2 teaspoons of sugar and the 1 teaspoon of salt directly to my crushed tomatoes and add those in when it's time. Now on medium to medium high heat, I'm going to just keep moving this around in the pot, stirring constantly to make sure that nothing burns, especially the garlic. Oh my goodness, I wish you could smell how good this smells. It smells so freaking good. My heat down to medium low just so that I can add my tomato paste in here. if it'll come out. Why do I always struggle to get tomato paste out of the can? Whoa! Okay. Well, as you can hear, it came out. It's coming out. Come on. I need you to come out faster. If you couldn't tell, as I'm sure you already know by the way I react to the sounds in the kitchen, I'm brand new and loud noises like that scare me because I'm like, oh my god, it's gonna fly out and burn me, but it's all good. It comes with practice. Turned my heat down to low, and now I'm going to pour in my crushed tomatoes, 2 teaspoons of sugar, and 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm backing my face away because I'm scared of splash. Now I'm just going to stir that in a little bit till I get it to a nice simmer, which I think it might already be at a simmer. It's kind of bubbly, but I just want to stir it in a little bit, get some ingredients incorporated with one another, and then I will set it on medium-low, and I will check it every about 15 minutes, 30 minutes. I tasted it. I think it needs more sugar. That's personal preference. For me, I want my sauce to be a little sweeter and less acidic, and it is really good otherwise. So we're just gonna put this lid on and let it cook for probably another 15 minutes. Okay, so this has been cooking for about an hour actually. I kept adding more sugar to it. I've added 3 tablespoons total. That's way better. I don't know if my family's gonna like that. I think they're gonna think it's too sweet, but I like it. Oh my god. Oh my god. My tongue. My poor tongue. Okay. I think that might be a little too sweet even for me, but it's okay. That's how we do this. We learn for next time. Now I'm just going to scoop some sauce onto each of my tortillas. I shall add some pepperoni. I'm going to add some cheese. So what I did is I put 3 pepperonis across my pizza, and then I'm going to add cheese, and then I'm going to add more pepperoni on top of that. I want olives on mine, so I'm going to add some black olives onto my pizza. Also added some red peppers to mine. Our oven is preheated to 350 degrees. Okay, it's been 15 minutes, and I'm going to take these beautiful things out of the oven and hope they're cooked enough. Whoa! Ouch. I touched the edge of the oven and it was very hot. Now I'm going to try a piece. Yeah, this is good, but definitely next time I'd probably add 2 tablespoons of sugar instead. I was not satisfied with my pizza yesterday. The sauce was too sweet. So I decided I was going to cook whatever was left over again and add lemon to it until I felt like it was possibly enough. So I added a whole lemon because I just kept adding more and more until I got to a taste that I thought was better. And then I added about 2/3 cup of water to it to thin it out a little bit. So let's give it a try. That is way better. That tastes more like pizza sauce. That is so good. It has a balance of tang and sweet and the savoriness of the pepperoni. Okay, definitely gonna eat all of this. Yesterday I gave like the last 1/4 of my pizza to my brother. I'm not doing that this time. I'm eating this whole pizza. So I would say that maybe next time I wouldn't add the tomato paste, or I would add a little bit less. And sorry, I I can't stop eating, it's good. And then maybe I would just do the crushed tomatoes alone. But I'm not sure. That's the cool thing about cooking, is that you can pretty much do whatever you want. And it's pretty much like an experiment where you're adding and subtracting and reversing different flavors until you get exactly what you want. It's not going to be perfect every single time, but you can always do things to bring it to your own personal preference.